All right. Just a second ago, I made the clip for the grill. And next thing you do is you figure out what else you need to do. What I always do is, in my head, there's always a list of surfaces that need to be covered. Because even if you don't make a grill and headlights for it, even if it's just a blank surface that has nothing else to offer, you still need to do something. Because look at this hood. It's just a flat surface. It's just, this car has actually a morph where you can like extend it a little bit, but we don't need that. What we do instead is, I always use this. It's just my go-to. This is the one that I always use, right? You just kind of have to do that. And yeah, what else can I say? All right, this is hood colored, this is hood colored, and now you might notice that it's, well, it just ends there abruptly, and it just looks like stuck on, which it is, but you don't want it to look stuck on. So what I do, I clone it so that it has the same, roughly the same size, and I just adapt it a little bit, you know, so that it glitches around the corner a little bit. Eh? Ah, yes, like this. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, I guess we have to be a little bit extra. So I'm gonna clone this in place, 3D. Oh, another thing, I always make snap to angle 15 because 15 degrees. It can be divided. 19 can be divided by 15. So when you work on something, you can angle something, and you can in the interior it's very important. But for now, just know that I angle this a little bit, because if you press 2D now from the angle, it will look ugly. But the thing is, it will wrap around the part differently. Now, to save this, what I'm going to do is to scale it a little bit flatter. I think that might help. And that'll help a little bit. Ah, there you go. Look at that. Now I just need to maybe make this a little bit flatter, because it does look a little bit stupid like this, sticking out. There you go. We have a continuous line breaking up the hood a little bit, so that it, well, so that it looks manufactured, you know, because they would press something in there to make it less flexible. And it's a big difference, if you ask me. Anyways, bumpers. I'm not going to be very clever about the bumpers. I'm going to use these. They work as good as any. I'm not designing this car. I'm just going through my to-do list as I would if designing a car. So this is by accident. If it looks okay, it's just because my technique is so good. Because I'm so good at this. Anyways, 3D, because one thing you want when you place a bumper like this, you want to be at the same height in the back. So you just kind of move it to the back. And this is why I wanted to have the snap to angle divided by 15. Some people like type stuff in there and hopefully it works, la-di-da. I just turned it around and it snaps in 15 degrees, you know. So when you can, you know, it's now at 180 degrees. It's just turned around neatly, and it's the same height as the front bumper. So when you look at the car from the side, it makes sense, if that makes sense. Anyhow, since we are on the back of the car, yeah, of course you need turn signals, but that doesn't matter. The same techniques apply. People because I want to work on the taillight. And on a car with an awkward shape like this, what I wanted to try out on this was, oh yeah, one thing I like to do is I like to reuse the same shapes, different headlight, like, okay, I actually have to do turn signals. Okay, all right, I'm gonna use this. This is a good turn signal. This is a good turn signal. It's simple. It's very specific shape that everybody can agree with, and of course we make it 3D because otherwise it won't work. Good thing about this one is it already has an extension thingy going on, so you can actually just leave it like this. And just clone it, and you push it to the back because we need it in the back as a turn signal tail light base, basically, because we're doing our own stuff here. I'm just gonna let it here, just have it here. Once I need it, I will get it. And what I like to do, especially on old cars, is make my own. I like to use grills for that, but there's this this mod, the headlight pop-up headlight mod, because what I can do is I can just make it 3D. And have it like this, for example. Right? It's now more or less, it's there. There we go. All right. And next thing I do is I always clone it in place and make it 2D again. Because that way you have the exact shape of the part that you need, but it's like inside. And then you can just adapt it to the thickness that you want. There you go. That's your orifice. I make the outside invisible, the inside I make steel, because that's the color of the grill. Now this is primary car and steel. There you go. So now, I know, it looks ugly. That's not the point. If I were to think about if it looks good, I would take forever for this tutorial, and I don't want to take forever. But technique-wise, now I can place this here. Have it be, yeah, let's have this be the turn signal. And then we have a tail light, so you just adapt all the elements so that it is the tail light. And then you clone it again. God damn it. Like I said, it's not supposed to look good, it's just supposed to do its purpose. Because now you have also the reverse light. Where is it? Where is it? Am I stupid or crazy? Ah. Okay. This will be steel because it's, you know, manufactured, it's in there. Alright, usually I would work harder and longer on this to make it work, and it doesn't work for this shape, but it's for this car in particular, but it's technique that's good to know, you know, to just if you have a shape that needs additional stuff, like that doesn't let you have the taillight you want, it always helps to have this to know this technique. And the reason why I use the same thing here is because you you don't have fitment issues, if that makes sense. Like these are perfect. These are the same unit, so it looks even as bad as this looks now. This is relatively harmonious, and I use the same as the font because even though, of course, I don't have an actual factory or something, but in my head it's cheaper to just have this unit, make a billion of them, and color some of them red and white, and so you can use the same stuff on the front and the back, and you just have a card filled with turn signals basically when producing the card. That's my head canon. That's why I like to do it that way. And especially if it's a simple shape like this, you can well, it goes a little bit into the background, because when you design the car itself, you have like the car design itself will be more, it will be all of this working together and not the unit itself. The unit itself doesn't matter. You don't even need mods, really. This mod is a must-have because it makes this vanilla part easier, and that's it. It's this is that, but it's more than that. That's it. That's all that is. You can do so much with this, right? You can do this specific technique with this headlight. I have done that before. I just prefer to use this. And this is a vanilla part, this headlight. Oh, come on, no, not that. Yeah, this is vanilla as well. So you can do a lot just with vanilla parts. Yeah. Yeah, and this general technique, I apply that to for example, openings for I'm gonna do it really cursed now. Openings for the what's it called? The thing, you know what I mean. The thing that registration. There you go. The registration plate. I use that for the registration plate as well because well, yeah, because you need an orifice, and there you go. This looks ugly, but I gave up already. So yeah, whatever. Come on. Just the point is just that you have a flat surface in the back, for example, and you can just do this. There you go. 3D. There you go. There you go. I'm gonna have fun with this. I'm just gonna make a cursed car, I guess, and just explain how I do it, and all the techniques are valid. Yeah, screw this. Anyways, this looks okay. This doesn't, but I guess the front is always easier than the back, because especially this back it's just. Oh, I have an idea. Yeah. That's gonna work much better. Another tip for you. Always make boxy cars. Boxy cars are easy. There you go. This kind of almost works, but you get the idea.